Hi, and welcome to Jenny Baker Hair Page's first curl tutorial. I have a couple of different types of curl techniques that a lot of my clients ask for and have trouble replicating at home, so I'm here to tell you the products I'm using and the techniques. So first, I have clean hair that I shampooed with Vital Nutrition and I conditioned with the Color Brillianz hair mask. And then I put in Brazilian Blowout Dry Oil. And then I sprayed the Too Faced Keratin Spray, which is my main heat protectant for this curl today. At my roots, I did Keune's Root Volumizer. And through my ends, the Smooth Straight Cream. I used my Olivia Garden round brush to get a little bit of smoothness and volume. And I did 4 sections from the bottom to the top. So I'm gonna be using a Marcel iron today, which just means I don't have a clamp. So a lot of you might have a clamp on your iron. The technique is gonna be the same. So this is a 1 1/4 inch because I have longer hair and I want them to be softer waves, but I also have a 1 inch that I can show on certain pieces. And if you have shorter hair, you might want a 1 inch. So I'm gonna start by sectioning just behind my ears for my bottom section and clipping this away. If you're already my client, you know that I recommend doing this sections bottom to top so that you can do each side instead of one whole side of your head first, and then switching, they tend not to look as uniform side to side. So I'm gonna split this section into 2. And I want to hold it kind of vertically like this so that it's fat between my fingers. And I'm gonna clamp here and do a full rotation. This is gonna get this section of hair hot, and once I'm ready to release it, just let it go and do the same, pull out the section below it. Notice how the iron is up and down, like parallel to my neck. So it looks kind of flimsy right now, but when we go to curl it out, it'll have a lot of volume and a lot of staying power. I'm gonna do the same on the section behind it, but I'm gonna start a little bit lower so that they're not exactly the same. Pull out, twist, pull out, and leave the ends a little straight. Then I'm gonna go to this side and do the same thing. I'm going away from my face in all of these sections. So I'm starting with this top section, clamping so that it is straight up and down, parallel to my neck. When that part's ready, let it out, pull. That vertical pull helps keep the curl longer so I don't feel like I'm shrinking up the length on my hair. So I can have waves without sacrificing the length. So a little bit lower this time. Pull, pull. If your hair is a little harder to keep hold, you can spray a thermal spray in, but I'm just going to hairspray and then move on to my next section. So I'm gonna go right at my temple, all the way back, clip this away, and start again. Take a fat section here. So it's wider this way than it is this way. Clamp. Let this section get hot. Pull, twist, let go, pull. Second section. A little bit different space. I like this curl method a lot because it's faster than letting all of the hair in the section wrap around the barrel and have to wait for it all to get hot. This back I'm going to split into 2. Same. Perfect. So that side I'm done with. I'm gonna go to the other side and do the same. Away from my face. Batter up and down that it is wide. Let that first section warm up. Let that out, twist, pull. Now, if you have a clamp on your iron, when I pull this apart, that's when you would just be clamping on your spring. This is my back section. Make sure that I have, that's already been curled. So I'm just pull out. And I'm gonna spray. And then I'm just gonna take out the very top to save for my last section, because then that's gonna change depending on where you part. So these sections, especially if you don't have a lot of layers, are gonna be what fall over what's underneath it. If you do have some layers, these ones might feel a little bouncier. So that's where your volume can come from. My iron is at 375 degrees. It really doesn't need to be much hotter than that. A lot of irons go up to 400 or 450. And unless you're doing a chemical service that needs that kind of heat, you definitely don't need to be doing your daily style at that temperature. It just causes more damage than any staying power in your curl. And once you get in the rhythm, this is like one of the fastest methods that I know of to curl. And if you have short, like collarbone length or shorter, this is a great method with the smaller iron to pull, so you don't feel like you're losing a lot of your length on your shorter style. Let it out, pull. This makes it easier to pull it all to the side so you can see, rather than going blind with the iron behind your back. I'm just grabbing one that looked a little wilted already, just to go have it match. Okay, so I part on this side, and I want to put my part in, and then this side is my thicker side, and I'm just going to separate it lightly. So I'm going to do this side first, and I'm gonna do 2 curls here. And I wanna make this still flat up and down. Let that out. And then this last one by my face. So here I'm gonna start in this back section because this is my thicker side. Into 2. Okay, now I'm in the front with the last 2. I'm gonna leave my very, very front out for last. Take this one. This one probably is big enough to do 2 also, but we'll see how it turns out. I can always go back and do that one again. Okay. Last one. I'm going to over direct a little bit more to the middle of my face here. Careful of your forehead. Spray. Oh, that's the root spray. Hairspray. Okay, I'm just going to look for some straight pieces. And the trick here is to let everything cool, because if I start brushing out right away, the ones that are still warm won't set as much and they'll feel a little bit, they'll fall faster. So once I feel like that's cooler to the touch over on both sides, I'm going to take my pick or a wide tooth comb and brush through. So this I'm not loving, so I'm just gonna redo my bang piece a little bit lower so that the actual curve of that is below my eye. Ah, much better. These curls will normally last me a couple of days. I'll just dry shampoo. I have some texture spray that I want to just separate them a little bit. Done. Thanks, guys.